WWE fans brought R-Truth back, but he didn't come alone. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the Wicked Bitter channel. I'm Travis. Thank you for checking out this video. If you are somebody who is new here on this channel and you love WWE, you love pro wrestling, subscribe to this channel because we are putting out WWE content every single week. I will not let you down. I got content every single week for you. We love talking about WWE here specifically. WWE's hot again. There's some stuff going on. It's heating up. There's a lot of people who have been criticizing, saying that things are getting a little boring, a little stale. Well, just in this one Monday Night Raw alone, they've switched some things up. We got to get into a few things here. I mean, there are a few topics to talk about that happened on Monday Night Raw. We have a new World Heavyweight Champion. Didn't really see that coming. We have R-Truth, who, of course, returned, and he spoke to the audience. But first, we're going to kick it off with the beginning of the show. John Cena came out there, cut a pretty good promo here. Like he was talking pretty much down to R-Truth. I like this from John Cena. I liked him saying that R-Truth was a sideshow. He's a comedian. He's got like a gimmicky character, and he's John Cena is running down the audience for mouthing off and saving R-Truth his job. You know, it's funny because it's like what John Cena was saying in his promo is kind of like the way TKO probably feels, and like they can't say it, so like they had John Cena go out there and kind of like funnel it through him. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. I liked it. I like what John Cena had to say. It doesn't look like, I don't know, I might be wrong. It doesn't look like Cena and Truth are going to continue on with their rivalry. They could. There still might be something there. I just think with John Cena now, less than 20 days left in WWE in his career, I would think that maybe he'd be moving on to doing other things. I don't think a lot of it should be spent on R-Truth. That's not even any disrespect at all. It's just there's a lot to do and not a lot of time to do it. While Cena was complaining about R-Truth and the fans and they're being boisterous trying to get him back, John Cena has said no matter what happens, their opinions don't matter, their voice doesn't matter. He said he has beaten everybody that they love. R-Truth, Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton. John Cena says he's beaten their best, the fans' best. And just like that, CM Punk's music hits, he comes out, and we get a nice little showdown here from CM Punk and Cena. These two have always had such great chemistry. I just cannot wait to see what they do. CM Punk pretty much says it's very ironic. You know, Cena is going up against the establishment that created him. You know, the establishment picked John Cena, not the fans, is what CM Punk said. Whereas it's flipped for CM Punk. The fans picked Punk, not the establishment. And now CM Punk says it's very ironic that Cena is going against the establishment, whereas CM Punk is kind of the one standing up for it. He said, but he's not standing up for TKO. He's not standing up for the billionaires. He's standing up for the fans. And he says that John Cena likes to kiss up to the final boss, and that's just not what CM Punk's going to do. All this pretty much leads to CM Punk just requesting a title match against John Cena. He wants a title match. He wants to run it again. They haven't wrestled in over a decade. A singles match, not including what happened at Royal Rumble and Elimination Chamber and all that kind of stuff. So Punk wants Cena. He wants that championship. And John Cena is reluctant at first. CM Punk says he wants it that night on Monday Night Raw. John Cena first looks like he agrees to it, but then he says, not here, not on Monday Night Raw. You're going to have to follow me to Saudi Arabia for this. I'm like, well, we all know CM Punk does not have good things to say about Saudi Arabia, but if he does want that WWE Championship, he's going to have to go back on his words that he said years ago, and he's going to have to go to Saudi Arabia and face John Cena for this title. It's going to be a great match. I honestly feel like, there is a part of me that feels like CM Punk could beat John Cena for the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia, because if you're looking for something believable, a believable way to get the title off Cena, CM Punk could be that guy. You know, to me, there's not a lot of people that Cena could lose that title to right now that would be believable. You could put Reigns in there, you could put Cody in there, you could put Seth in there, you could put Punk in there. And maybe if you're going to go a little bit of an extra mile, you could put Drew McIntyre in there. Other than that, off the top of my head, I can't really think of anybody else who could be suitable enough to take the title off Cena. So this is one of those matches where, okay, Cena's got less than 20 days left. Does CM Punk take the title from him? And does Cena start to transition into a babyface? I don't know. It could happen, but Cena right now looks like he's kind of still kind of hitting his stride as being a heel, so maybe he keeps it and he continues on for a little while longer. CM Punk did mention real quick, Punk mentioned that when he came back to WWE, he wasn't targeting that title because he knows what it can do to him. He's experienced it. It's turned him into a monster. But then he says he doesn't want to become a monster. And then he goes back on that and he says, you know what? I'm going to have to become a monster to defeat the monster. And he's talking about John Cena. So I wonder if that was a little bit of foreshadowing. I wonder if CM Punk said that so that we can look back on that exact line like months down the road, maybe a year later after Punk has won a championship and he's gone heel or something. We can pinpoint back to this saying, hey, he mentioned that in that promo against Cena where he said that it turns him into a monster and he doesn't want to go for that title because it will turn him into a monster. I wonder if we go back to that later on. I thought that was kind of a cool, interesting little side quote there from CM Punk. All right, we got the Queen of the Ring and the men's, the King of the Ring and the Queen of the Ring tournament coming up here. At first, I didn't realize they are a few matches of Fatal 4-Ways. I didn't realize that at first. It took me about halfway through Monday Night Raw to realize that. I still think my pick stands the same. I watched Raw. I was actually texting a couple of friends of mine. They asked who do I think wins the whole tournament. At least for the women, I feel like I have an answer. At least for the women, I feel like I would go the finalists. I would go Jade Cargill and Charlotte Flair because I would think this match is going to culminate at Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia. I'm thinking like you need the biggest matchups possible for Saudi because they always try to do that for Saudi Arabia. They always try to put up the biggest matches, and I think out of that tournament, now that Rhea Ripley's gone, the biggest names in there, you got Jade and Charlotte. Have them face each other. They've already teased it a few times, going back to when Jade first signed and everything. Everybody knows this match is going to eventually happen down the line at some point. Why not do it now? We can have Jade versus Charlotte, and I actually would have Jade win this match because I think this is going to tie into Naomi having the briefcase and cashing in the briefcase because we all know whoever wins the tournaments, they get a championship match. And I feel like if Jade wins the championship match, Naomi could cash in, and then you get Naomi versus Jade for the title, or you could have Jade have her championship match and then Naomi cash in on Jade or Tiffany or whoever's a champion at the time. I think that's all going to tie in together. That's why I'm going Jade Cargill to win the tournament. Okay, one of my favorite moments that happened on Monday Night Raw, probably my favorite moment. R-Truth shows up. He's back in his all blacked out. He's got the mask and the hoodie on. He takes that off. He ends up cutting a promo. He says to the fans, don't let anyone tell you that your opinions don't matter. So everything he's saying to the fans right now is in response to what John Cena said earlier in the night. And this goes back to my theory that we are now going to get Ron Killings here. This is Ron Killings, the man, an actual human being, the real R-Truth. And he's been hurt by John Cena because that was his childhood hero. And now John Cena brought out that anger. It's like when you turn your back or when you upset like a family member or like a kid. It's like their origin story or something, and then that you ask what started this, what made you do this. You dig deep and you find the answer. That's what this is. It's like eventually we're gonna talk about R-Truth and be like, what has gotten into him? Why is he doing this? It's all gonna root from John Cena hurting him both physically and mentally. A while back, and now that's why we're getting this version of R-Truth. We're getting Ron Killings. Either way, he cuts the promo here saying, don't let anyone tell you that your opinions don't matter. Because of all of you, I have a job still. I'm back here now. All of that. So he's very grateful for that. But he then says that he starts questioning. He's like, y'all think I'm a sideshow? Y'all think I'm a comedian? You think I'm just a gimmick? And the crowd's chanting, no, that's not us that said that. That's John Cena. Cena said that, not us. But R-Truth, he says that, and then he pulls out a pair of scissors from his pants. He cuts his dreads off. R-Truth cuts his hair on live television, and then he has this most serious look on his face. And R-Truth says, you know what? The truth has set me free. He says, I'm Ron Killings. And then he says, he's the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And to put respect on his name. I love this from Ron Killings here. I love this from R-Truth. It goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think we're getting this from Ron Killings. He's somebody who is hurt by John Cena, and now he's out to get either John Cena or he's going to have this whole different persona, this whole different attitude. He's more serious. He's no longer goofy. He mentioned that R-Truth was a very forgiving and goofy and silly person, but when it comes to him, he says he wishes you would. Like, R-Truth's about that action. Ron Killings about that action, I should say. Ron Killings is about it. So, I think this is going to be a very fun ride we're going to get here from Ron Killings. It's going to get a little bit getting used to saying his name that way, but I can't wait to see the more serious side, the more, I guess, focused and determined, less goofy side of Ron Killings, even though I love R-Truth. We all do. This is going to be a fun one to watch. Real quick, I want to mention Evolution. Nikki Bella came out, announces that there's going to be another Evolution pay-per-view or PLE. Liv Morgan comes out. These two get into each other's faces. I think, instead of just doing Liv versus Nikki Bella, I think it'd be kind of cool to get Raquel and Liv defend their tag team titles against Nikki and Brie. I'm not a big Bellas fan. I'm not. I don't like either one of them, really. I've never been a fan of them. But in WWE's eyes, these are two Hall of Famers, and that WWE puts them on a pedestal in a way. So they want the biggest card possible for Evolution, I would assume. They want people to watch. It's an all-women's PLE, and whether you like it or not, sometimes it's hard for people to just give up watching their favorite wrestler, male wrestlers, and just sit and watch a whole PLE of women. Some people are that way. You just can't help it. You can't make everybody happy. So I think it'd be smart for WWE to try to book the best card possible. Having the Bellas versus Liv and Raquel for the tag team championships, I think does exactly that, and it makes it a very big time match for Evolution. So put me down for that, and I expect other big stars to show up. Maybe Trish comes back for another match, or we're gonna probably get Bayley and Becky, or I don't know. It's gonna be a good card. I'm excited for Evolution as it is already, but I don't think WWE is gonna go without putting some big names on the card. And to the final thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, a little bit of a shocker. Gunther defeats Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Look, I love Jey. I don't want to say I'm entirely too surprised here. I had thought something was going to happen in this main event anyway. I thought Seth would try to cash in and Roman would show up and stop him. We didn't get that. But what we did get, and it made me think a little bit, after Gunther defeated Jey Uso, it made me think, maybe this is the way to lead to Gunther versus Goldberg. And as much as I think a lot of people don't really want to see Goldberg, I think there is enough steam behind the idea that he's going to be coming back for one more run or even one more match. And I think it's going to be against Gunther. It makes all the sense in the world because last time we've seen Goldberg in WWE, he had an interaction with Gunther that didn't go well. So I'm assuming that's what we're going to get here. And of course, if you want to do it in Saudi, you can. I don't know. I can't remember how much time we have until Saudi, but you want a big time match. I'm thinking it's either going to be in Saudi for Night of Champions or it's going to be at SummerSlam. I would say SummerSlam because it's a 2-night event. You want to stack it up like it's a WrestleMania. I think we're going to get Gunther versus Goldberg for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. And I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about that. I don't know what's next for Jey. He probably will get a rematch at some point, but I don't think he'll win it. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do with Jey Uso because a lot of people have been critical of his title reign, which, of course, you're going to get that with wrestling fans. But, I don't know if Jey wins it back again, ever, or if WWE will do it again. I mean, he's still as popular as it gets. It's all kind of up in the air. I just think that Gunther winning this World Heavyweight Championship was a way to get Gunther versus Goldberg in a high-profile match for a title, Goldberg's last run, whatever you want to bill it as. But I think that's where we're heading on that one. All right, my friends, I appreciate you checking out this video. I hope you have a great week. Look, I would love some emails from you. I'd like to put some email videos out there, hopefully a couple, so please send them in if you would like, wickedbittermedia@gmail.com. Talk about the WWE product. Let me know your thoughts, your opinions on things that's happened, things you would like to see happen, what your predictions may be for upcoming PLEs or storylines or whatever. Send them in. You don't have to wait for me to prompt it. Whenever you want to send them, and I will make videos for it, and we'll have it out by the end of the week if, you guys get it in at a good time. So, I appreciate it. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet. Please like this video. It does me a huge favor. It gets this video out to people who don't even know what this channel is, and that's the whole goal. We want to get all the wrestling fans on this channel, so please hit subscribe. Please like this video. Please leave some comments. Let me hear from you, and I'll see you on the next video. Until we yeet again, my friends, as always, stay bitter.